Why are prisms hard to see in two diagrams? Have you ever looked at a drawing of a prism and felt confused? You are not alone. Understanding why prisms can be tricky to visualize in two-dimensional diagrams is essential for grasping three-dimensional shapes. Let's break it down. First, prisms are three-dimensional shapes. They have length, width, and height. When we draw them into dimensions, we lose the depth that makes them truly three-dimensional. This flattening can make it hard to see how far back or forward parts of the prism extend. Next, consider the shapes and angles. A prism's faces can be triangles or polygons. In a two-dimensional drawing, these faces may not appear as they truly are. For instance, a triangular face might look different than it actually is because of the angle from which the prism is drawn. This distortion happens because a two-dimensional view is just a projection of the three-dimensional form. To really grasp a prism's structure, we often need multiple two-dimensional views. These might include a front view, a top view, and a side view. Each view shows only part of the shape, making it hard to get a complete picture from just one drawing. Another factor is spatial reasoning. To interpret a two-dimensional diagram of a prism, you need to visualize how the shape exists in space. This means being able to mentally rotate and manipulate the shape. For many learners, this can be a challenge, making it difficult to see the prism as a solid object rather than just a flat image. Some two-dimensional diagrams use isometric or perspective drawing techniques to give a three-dimensional feel. While these methods can help, they can also distort angles and lengths. This further complicates the visualization process, making it even harder to see the true shape of the prism. In geometry, using nets can help. A net is a two-dimensional layout of all the faces of a prism. It shows each face clearly and helps in understanding volume and surface area. Engineers and designers often use both three-dimensional sketches and several two-dimensional views to communicate the full shape effectively. Understanding why prisms are hard to see in two-dimensional diagrams helps learners appreciate the importance of different representations when studying three-dimensional geometry. It also shows why tools like nets and various views are essential for grasping the properties of prisms and other three-dimensional shapes.